All right, multiplying rational expressions is just like multiplying fractions, okay? So the first thing we need to do before we can multiply everything is see if there are any common factors that we can cancel out. So in order to see that, we're gonna have to factor this, right? So let me factor that. Okay, K and K. I have to think of factors of 15 that will add up. Add because that's a positive 15. Add up to negative 8. Two factors of 15 are 3 and 5. That'll add up to 8, okay? So 3 and 5. And because this is a negative 8, the two factors have to be negative, okay? So that's negative and negative. And then if I check back, negative 3 times negative 5 is positive 15. Negative 3 plus negative 5 is negative 8. So then that's good. Everything else I'm going to write as it is. Now we're going to see if there are any common factors to cancel out. And I can see that k minus 5 and k minus 5 are common factors. And then over here I have 1k, and then one of the k's will be gone here, leaving me only 2 k's over there. So now that I've canceled out my common factors, now I can multiply what's left over. So let's take a look at what's left over. I have this left over, okay? I have this left over with only 2 of them, and then I have this left over. Everything else has been canceled out. So now I can multiply the tops. K minus 3 times 3. I want to write it with a 3 first. So it's going to be 3 times the quantity of k minus 3. Now on the bottom, I only have 5k squared left. 5k squared times 1. And that's just 5k squared. So this is my final answer. Why don't you go ahead and pause the video and take notes on this. Write down the step-by-steps, and then we'll try out another example. Okay, let's follow the steps for this problem. Factor if necessary. So looking at all of these, there's really nothing to factor. Everything is factored out. So we're going to skip that step, okay? Now we can cancel out any common factors. Are there any common factors? The answer to that is yes, okay? Just looking here between the 2 and the 4, that can be canceled out to 1 and 2. The x3s completely cancel out, all right? And then now we can go to the final step, multiply what's left over. So let's take a look at what is left over. Over here I have a 5, over here I have a 2, and over here I have the x plus 1, okay? So then we multiply the tops. 5 times 2 is 10. All right, and then on the bottoms, we just have the x plus 1. So that is the answer for that problem. Okay, now I'm going to divide rational expressions. So same thing, dividing rational expressions is just like dividing fractions. When we divide fractions, we flip the second factor, right? So that is really over 1. So I'm going to flip it and rewrite my problem. Once I flip the second factor, I have to change it to multiplication. So that's just like what we do with dividing fractions, right? Now that I've changed it to multiplication, I follow the same steps as I did earlier. I look to see if anything needs to be factored, and I can already see that this needs to be factored as well as that. So let me go ahead and factor those. So let's do the x squared minus x minus 6 first. All right, so the x's are there. I can see that this is a negative 6, so I need factors that are going to subtract. Subtract to get to negative 1, okay? So 3 and 2 both subtract to get to negative 1, but which one's going to be negative? It's going to be the 3 that's going to be negative, and the 2 will be positive, right? So then this is just that. On top is the 1. Now the next one, this is difference of squares. Perfect square with a subtraction in the middle. So that's going to factor 2, okay, x and x. And then the perfect square for 4 is 2 and 2. And one is going to be positive, the other is going to be negative because they have to become a negative 4 when I multiply them again, and these two will cancel out, so there is no middle term. Okay, so now that I have factored everything, now is the next step is to cancel out any common factors. So are there any common factors? Yes, there are. So the 2, right? X plus 2, Those are common. And there is nothing else that is common. So we now need to look at what's left over so that we know what to multiply. So this is left over, this is left over, that's left over, and then the 1 I don't need to highlight, that's just multiplying by 1, right? So multiply the tops, and the tops is just x minus 3. And then I multiply the bottoms, and then that's just x plus 1 times x minus 2. I do not need to multiply these binomials because that is the simplest form. So now I am done with that problem.